Greetings, adventurers, and welcome back to Abnormal Voyages. My name is David, and today we find ourselves in Lamars, Iowa. This small town happens to have the distinction of being the ice cream capital of the world. It is also home to the Wells Corporation, as you can see in this cone next to me, but you may know them a little better for their very famous brand, Blue Bunny. Today, we're going to dive in and have a very sweet voyage. Come tag along.
We're going to a place that you've never heard of before. It's Abnormal Voyages. You're gonna learn something new. We're gonna open new doors. It's Abnormal Voyages.
One of the first things you see when you enter Lamars is this huge mural that has turned their entire town into a game of Candyland. Now yes, candy and ice cream are not quite the same things, but as the little sign on this mural says, it is still a sweet adventure. And there's ice cream all over the place here. I really like the bomb pops that are standing at attention next to the city hall there, and the ice cream shrubs around the gazebo. But overall, the effort put into this was really, really cool. The colors definitely pop, and it lets you know that there is some really exciting things happening in this small part of Iowa. So you can probably guess that they are a pretty artistic people here. And as you enter the ice cream capital, you get to see one of our favorite things that we always hunt down when they have them: statues slightly painted different all over the town. And of course in Lamars, they've chosen to go with ice cream cones. So, as you venture throughout the town, you can see lots of colorful cones just waiting to bring you further and deeper into the ice cream capital of the world. Just like the mural, a lot of these cones are extremely creative. I particularly liked this Godfather's pizza cone that was made to look like a pepperoni pizza on top, and then a bunch of other toppings in the cone. And then if you enjoy the food-based ones, we also have this delicious Hardee's hamburger cone. Honestly, it really does just look like a hamburger slapped on top of a cone. I don't know if that'd really be any good, though. We also have some literary references in this one. There's the hat from Curious George, and then this is The Giving Tree. Probably wouldn't be surprised to learn this is outside of the library. This one went a little more classical style with their painting. You have a nice barn, maybe some of the older days of Lamars out here. This one just has a lot of money icons and kind of the history of the Iowa State Bank and just popular things about Iowa. So, nice little cultural cone. This one, probably hands down my favorite. This was made to look like Van Gogh's Starry Night, and honestly, they did a fantastic job. They really got the colors perfect, they got the swirls. Very much appreciated this one. Like I said, definitely my favorite. But this one was really cool too. This one was outside the community theater, and they do have the comedy and tragedy masks there. Very nice. This one was in front of their Christmas store. Christmas is a very big event in Lamars, so had to have a little representation for the holiday there. And speaking of Christmas, you know, it's when we celebrate Jesus being born, and here he is himself outside one of the churches. So, you know, this is a holy cone of sorts. And then we kind of jump back into the food one, but this is a sweet treat. This is actually Girl Scout cookies. So this celebrates the local Girl Scout troop and how many of those delicious things they sell. And then lots of other kids join across the world holding hands, because if there's one thing kids all over can agree on, it is how delicious ice cream is. Let's learn a little more about it. We've tracked down plenty of cones, and they've led us here to the Wells Visitor Center, which also happens to be home to Blue Bunny. You know we gotta go inside and have ourselves a scoop. And I can't help but point out this awesome bench that's made to look like an ice cream sundae right outside. Pretty neat. And we're now inside. We're gonna head upstairs and find out a little bit about the history of Blue Bunny and how it's made. Now it only makes sense that they began with the actual story of ice cream itself. It turns out that this sweet treat has been around for thousands of years. There has been lots of different variations of it, but ultimately all kind of the same thing. Of course, they didn't have refrigeration nearly the same way, and the ingredients have changed a little bit over the years, but I really liked how they just kind of superimposed modern day looking ice cream into these older pictures. Something about it just really works. I really like it. But again, one thing that I feel like people of all ages can agree on is that ice cream is awesome. It's been delicious ever since it was invented, and they do their best to continue that tradition here with Blue Bunny. Now, if you're interested in the company itself, they have plenty of that. They will tell you all about the Blue Bunny history.
Purchased the Wells rights to sell ice cream in Sioux City.
They even have a great theater here where you can take a seat and learn all about the history of the Wells Company and where Blue Bunny came from. You then get to jump into an entire history lesson about the Wells Corporation, which eventually founded Blue Bunny. They started way back in 1913, so they have been around for over 100 years, making yummy dairy-based items. It really surprised me that they have so many artifacts from their past that are preserved and look so good. Definitely museum-worthy pieces. There were quite a few things here that were significantly older than myself, yet they looked like they were just made yesterday. So definitely big props to Blue Bunny for holding on to some of those things and knowing that someday they were going to be in a museum and plenty of people were going to want to come check them out and see what they looked like. You get a great timeline of the Wells Corporation leading into Blue Bunny and kind of how they went through it and became what they are today. But since ice cream is a very family-friendly thing and is supposed to be a lot of fun, it's not all just museum exhibits. They get a little more interactive, so let's see what they have in store for us. We can use this to find the exact ice cream for your personality. They call it your horoscope. So let's find out. All right, at a party, you will find me, I would say mingling with friends and family. Typical Saturday morning breakfast. Ooh, I do like donuts, but I think pancake feast. Preferred choice of footwear, comfy sneakers, skate. Go comfy sneakers, best for walking around. Ideal vacation as soon as possible. Theme park. Oh, I do love theme parks, but I think I'm gonna go adventurous, obviously. On a Friday night, I may sleep over at a party, doing yoga. You know what? I do like nights in on Fridays, so we're gonna say watching TV. You can always find this on my grocery list. Sweet potatoes, bulkers. Well, we've got to go with ice cream. And my preferred mode of transportation is biking, skateboarding, go-kart, minivan. I guess I'm going to go the closest to a car, so we'll do minivan. With an hour of free time, I will savor every minute, work out, stream videos online, get caught up on lunch. I'm going to say stream videos online because it's a really good time to watch Abnormal Voyages. And then, oh, okay, life is crazy and you have a lot to manage, but bringing people together motivates and brings you happiness. Just like a tried and true vanilla sundae cone, you're a familiar face and everyone is always happy to see you. Pretty good. So we're gonna go through a quick process of how the ice cream goes from the very beginning of the farm to here where you eat it. The farms are all within 75 miles of where the ice cream is actually created. The farm is where the cows are. So we hit this to start the process. The cows are milked. It loads up onto these trucks, like I said, within 75 miles. And then those tankers are gonna deliver the milk here to get pasteurized. After that happens, all of that pasteurized milk is going to go onward to the holding tanks. It's now kind of a mix, so once it goes into those tanks, it's going to age. It stays there for just a little bit, and then actually once it comes down here, we get to push a button to choose the different flavor we want to mix into it. So let's go with mint chocolate chip. All right, so there it goes down, getting all mixed up. That's now delivered to the production floor, and then all that goodness is added to the ice cream mix. After that, you can actually, this is not really something that works, but you get to see the lever pulled. It'll fill up ice cream containers. That's where all of it's going to go, and then it looks just like this. It's going to be an assembly line here into the cartons, and then that production line continues onward until we get to the freezer, and this is how they are going to freeze all the ice cream. Let's see, if we turn the dial here, it is flash freezing, and look how quickly that stuff goes. It's going down very, very quickly, so it is instantly cold. And that way you get your frozen, delicious treat. After that, all of it is loaded up onto these boxes here. You can kind of see the robot cranes doing that. They're placed on the pallets. All of that is also then stored in a huge 12-story freezer. They make more ice cream than anywhere in the world, so of course they've got to have a massive freezer for all of it. Then the local grocery stores and stuff will make orders for it, and those pallets are shipped out. Next thing you know, it's on these Blue Bunny trucks, and then those take it to the grocery stores until eventually it's right there for you to buy and take home. Now that you have a little better idea of what actually goes into making the ice cream, we get to the part of enjoying it and just kind of enjoying the Blue Bunny brand and all the tastiness that it stands for. They had some old ice cream scoopers on display, which I thought was neat, and their parlor here kind of is a mix between modern day and your old school classic ice cream parlor. Something about it just really worked, having that nice combination. You got the nostalgia without it feeling too old. And of course, more memorabilia pieces, things that people could buy throughout the ages to represent their love of the ice cream brand. And again, they were in awesome condition, very good shape. But speaking of memorabilia and merchandise, they also have a really cool gift shop here. If you're at the world capital of ice cream, you know you got to take something home with you so that everybody knows you've been there. Personally, I picked up this really cool Blue Bunny hoodie here, very comfy. And then you can even grab one of these adorable actual blue bunnies. I mean, what is more iconic from here than that? But it looks like all of these clocks on the wall are telling us one thing in particular. And you know what that is? It's that it is time for us to get some ice cream. That's right, you know they've got ice cream here. You can go over to the giant counter. Here's a quick look at all the options you have, lots of different flavors. Really, the hardest thing here is just deciding what flavor are you gonna get. They definitely encourage you to try as many as you want, so if you can handle more than 1, 2, 3 scoops, they've got no problem with it. You can keep going and trying all the delicious flavors they have for sale. And then you can say you've had ice cream at the ice cream capital of the world. Well, adventurers, that's all the time we have for today. If you enjoyed this, make sure you hit that like button, comment below where you'd like to see us go next, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our future adventures. If you really want to help support us, we're also going to have our Patreon link below. You can join up there and get a really cool postcard in the mail every single month, as well as access to some bonus episodes. My name is David, and this has been Abnormal Voyages. Thanks for tagging along. We'll see you next time.